Johnny Ringo. You look like somebody just walked over your grave.
So, the herd leaves the boundaries of the Sioux Nations at the foot of the Owl Creek and Bridger Mountains. The two ranges are separated by a Wind River Canyon north of the canyon. The river is commonly referred to as the Bighorn, but in southern Wyoming, most folks know it as the Wind River. The ranges pose a nearly insurmountable obstacle to a herd the size of Sutter's, but the canyon itself, although narrow, offers what the rancher hopes to be a shortcut to the Bighorn Basin, and of course his new property to the north as well. At the southern mouth, the river flows through a canyon nearly 20 miles long. Narrow paths run along both sides of the river in most places, and it's generally shallow. But here and there, the cliff walls close in on the river, forcing travelers into deeper water and even sometimes white water rapids. Given the size of the herd and the numerous breaks in the trail alongside the river, it's not an easy route by any stretch. Now, the drive begins well enough. Some of the herd stick to the paths while others wade cautiously into the shallow stream. Inside an hour, however, the river's rocky bottom drops off, and choke points mean that the laziest crew must constantly push the stubborn longhorns forward. Unfortunately, by the end of the first long and tiring day, the herd has only really made it about 5 miles into the canyon. The posse, you guys are still running point. Warren, along with a, let's see, I have to keep checking who's alive. There's been so much ranch hand death. Warren, along with Mora, are sent ahead to scout and make sure that there's not going to be any other obstacles like too deep of rapids for the drive to pass through. The rest of you, again, running point right now. As you guys continue drudging along, you hear a whistle from the back of the drive. Luke is waving at you all, trying to flag you all down while rushing up towards you. He's coming with great haste, and he eventually reaches you all. Oh, hey y'all, we got a posse coming up behind us. They're coming with hell behind them. We need y'all back here.
All right, we turn them around and we head back with them.
Let's get going.
You guys rush to the back. It takes you a little while to get past the herd. And eventually, you get to the back where Drag is, and you see a couple of the other Drag guys kind of watching their back, and when they see you finally meet them, they go back to pushing the beeves on forward. Luke kind of points them out, and you can see way down the canyonway. You see a posse of 7 cowboys rushing towards you at high speed. I'm going to keep the drag moving and take point up ahead. And he leaves you. It is currently dusk. The sun is already below the canyon sign out of your view. And it will be nightfall soon. As they get closer, you can see that the 7 cowboys all have bandanas around their face, and they are again making quick haste towards you. You can tell at this point They are indeed all armed, although that's not necessarily unusual. What are you all doing?
Are they like armed, like guns out, like, or are they just way out of range?
No, both hands on the rein right now. It looks like speed's their objective currently.
Gale is attempting to crisscross applesauce on her horse, takes out penance and leans it on her shoulder, and is now taking aim just in case she has to fire at him. She's not saying it.
Caesar draws his revolver in his left hand and just keeps his right hand on his blade just in case.
Bill looks to Buckskin and Bill says, would it be the proper move to open fire on them now?
No, I think we should at least try to make contact with them, at least maybe ride out part way and meet them, ride back part way and meet them. I think that's what Buck's going to do. He's going to ride out from the group just a little bit. How far did you say they were away? Estimated that we could estimate?
I didn't, but at this point, we'll say they're maybe 200 yards away.
200 yards. I'm just going to ride.
And they're quite literally charging us. It's not like you're moseying out to meet them.
But this may not be a situation in which you might be able to negotiate. Negotiating, sure, but with guns might be the most.
Buck, how many times have we tried to be peaceful and ended up in a gunfight? I'd rather be ready right now than get fired upon with my weapon holstered.
Bill pulls out one of his pistols and he says, it is best to negotiate from a position of power. And he starts caressing the barrel in a way that you've never seen before.
Caesar just looks at him like
that.
Buck's just gonna look over and raise one eyebrow and say, well, you're probably right. Probably ain't worth talking until at least they arrive and we see what their intentions are. So we're in the canyon, right? So I really have nowhere to go to, like, maybe just move so we're not all hunched up together.
Alright, so you spread out?
I was going to spread out from the group just a little bit, but obviously not too far. Maybe. I don't know how much room we have, so.
I need to take the time to say this, because I've never done this before. Bill pops open the cylinder on his pistol here, and he casts Smite on all of the bullets. Anybody who's nearby might even see those bullets take on a little glow for a moment before he snaps the cylinder back in. And I gotta roll for this. This is focus. Here we go. If I roll really well, then I get an even bigger bonus.
Let's see it.
That's a success.
Let's see. Can I click on? Oh wait, powers. If I click on this, do you see? Does that pop up for you? No, it doesn't really. But anyways, I'll copy and paste it over.
Okay.
So my bullets are extra powerful, and I never get the chance to. I never take the chance to buff before a fight, but here it is.
Oh, you guys are scared. I like it. Alright, they get about another 100 yards before they start lowering their horses down. And you see 6 of the 7 also pull their guns out and return the gesture, but don't open fire. One in the center drops from his horse. It takes note of you, Buckskin, but has his eyes locked on Bill. Finally found you! Nonamu! Whatever hell your name is, get down from your horse.
Bill touches he's got the pistol in one hand, and he touches his collar with the other hand, and he says, "Are you talking to me?" And he then casts deflection upon himself, which is a mystical shield, and I'll roll for that too.
Take note how long these
We're
last.
Okay.
Or let me know, rather, I guess.
Yeah, I'll get that in the chat.
Okay.
I don't want to slow you down.
He looks back at you, Buckskin. Well, you some kind of law? I see that badge on your chest pin there.
I'm just gonna holler back and say, only kind of law that's around here. What about you?
You know you're running with one man?
I imagine everyone's wanted somewhere.
Well, this one's wanted in Kansas territory. He reaches into his vest. By the way, he's wearing a brown cowskin vest. He doesn't have a hat. He has a red bandana around, with a white long jack undershirt. Pants are cotton being held up with black suspenders, and of course, he's got a gun belt on his hip. He reaches into his vest and pulls out a piece of paper, kind of unfolds. You're a bit far. You probably can't see, but it's clearly some kind of wanted poster.
I'm gonna ride up to him and take a look.
He hands it to you, and you see a wanted poster for $100 for the murder of Denise Wazowski, and it has a very, very similar likeness to that of Bill.
Always watching Wazowski.
What's that?
See that murder charge there? That was for my sister. I come to get my vengeance.
Oh, sir, I think you might be mistaken. This looks nothing like Bill.
Well, you must have your eyes crossed then, there, Marshal.
You mind if I have a little parlay with my group over back there?
Don't do nothing funny. We got our eyes on you.
I'm always honest. And I ride back to the group. Do I still have the wanted poster?
Yeah, if you kept it. You didn't.
Yeah.
Then show any signs you
wanted
wanted it back.
Ride up. Okay. Ride back to the group. Ride up to Bill. Show the rest of the group everything. Caesar and Gale, and say, "Man up there says Bill here killed his sister. He's wanted for murder in Kansas. Was it Kansas City?
Kansas territory is what he said.
Kansas territory.
Bill.
I will say, Bill, this poster does have a bit of a likeness to you, but
It looks fucking exactly like you.
Well, hey, can't judge. We all have a dark past, don't we?
We did.
sure. Said everybody's wanted somewhere.
Bill, roll
Marshall,
your...
I know we talked a little bit about this, but not enough for me to confidently lead this conversation. So yes, roll what?
Oh no, we didn't talk about this at all. There's a little surprise for you. Roll your smarts for me real quick.
I'm not that smart, but here you are.
That's darn good enough.
Hey.
Jesus, that was a
All the
D4 roll.
brains.
So you heard him
He has his
call
moment.
you, and you know, as in a terrible Kansas accent, Nonemu. You look at the wanted picture and you see as Nonemu. It's Japanese for no name.
Okay. And since I'm so smart, does that tell me anything else?
Well, it's definitely not you. You know you've not been to Kansas.
That's good to know. Okay, so I have my pistol in hand, and I say, there's no name on that. I've never been to Kansas. This man is misinformed. There are other men who look like this as well.
Well, I will say that he seems pretty determined. I don't know if we can talk our way out of this.
Do we
not-
even know if that's a real wanted post or if just anyone could have whipped that up?
Did they say
If only
Bill's
someone
name?
had a new social skill.
Marshall, did they say Bill's name was involved with this?
No one
They
said-
literally go, hey.
No, where it
Oh.
says like where a name would be on a wanted poster is some Japanese name. That is not Bill.
Alright, then you know what?
Bill emphasizes, as Gale's looking at the poster, he pokes at it where it says no name, and he says that is not a name. That simply says no name.
Yeah, and this is where I'm going to actually utilize my new edge. Hopefully, whether it works or not, I just want to use it. Rabble Rouser. So, I'll just give the description. Once per turn, character with this edge can make a social test with intimidation, which I have, in a medium blast template. The target must be able to see and hear the hero clearly. Each defender resists and is affected by the test, apparently. So, like, this is a... not so much a intimidation as in, like, at least based on what I'm reading. They know how to rile several people up, get them angry. I want to use it to get them to be like, so... how do you know, Bill? What, he owes you money? Y'all seem like you have enough. Or maybe you don't,
I'm
actually.
confused. You lost me there.
Sorry.
You want to rile up this stranger? He's pretty riled
They're
up.
already pretty riled up, yeah.
Well, from my understanding of that edge, it just means you can use like intimidation or persuasion in a radius on multiple opponents rather than just on one person.
Ooh, that's
You
nice.
can't.
That's handy.
Yeah, you... but we're not in the okay, never mind. We're not in this situation of combat, so I'll just defend Bill and say, look, it looks similar to him, but who's to say it is?
I am. Saw with my own 2 eyes.
Bill,
I'm
did you
Dale
have a
Wazowski.
brother?
I'm the brother. I've been tracking him from Kansas to Colorado to here. He even had that same damn sword.
Bill, do you have a twin brother we don't know about, or what's going on here?
Bill yells out, "I've never been to Kansas City, and I'm looking for that man with that sword. As you see," and he just with his feet, he maneuvers his faithful steed Nosy, and she kind of does a little move action to show his sides, and both of his sides. He's got no sword, but he's got his gun, and he's standing his ground here on horseback, pistol in hand, not having it.
Okay. That sword does look a touch shorter. I don't know why you do that, but I know a face when I see it. Now you hop down from that there horse and you slap leather.
I'm gonna ride up to him again and say, "Sir, I'm sorry to hear about it was a sister, right?"
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear about your sister. Can I ask how long ago this happened?
Happened 2 months ago.
And we've been on, Marshall, we've been on the trail for how long now? Is this like 8 months in?
Oh, yeah, it's been a long time. And Colorado was probably a month ago. So
Okay, so and in this entire time we have not been to Kansas, right? I would know that.
no.
Kansas territory.
No.
All right, so I'm gonna tell him.
Where were we 2 months ago?
You were in.
That's a good question.
You were in New Mexico. You might have still actually been in Colorado. Going through like southern Colorado. I'd have to look. Probably New Mexico though.
Let's call it New Mexico.
Yeah.
All right, let's say New Mexico. Sir, you said 2 months ago is when your sister was killed. Is that correct?
That's right. I've been in Denver waiting to catch a sniff. I know we passed through, went north like you are here. Finally caught word he was passing through with a big herd of cattle. Here I find him.
Well, you're not wrong. We were passing through Colorado at one point, but around 2 months ago we were actually in New Mexico. Now I've been traveling with the man you're saying is wanted for said murder for 8 months on this here cattle drive, and any one of this cattle drive can vouch for that.
Then I am inclined to believe you are a liar, sir.
Marshall, I need to clarify something I've been thinking about here. The flyer here is a drawing of me, and it says in Japanese, no name.
It's not in kanji or anything like that. It's spelled out poorly in English. But your intelligence roll was to kind of put 2 and 2 together that it was the Japanese word no name.
Okay, so a Japanese person told an English-speaking person that their name was no name.
You could assume that.
Okay. And then this flyer was made by an English-speaking person with the traditional wanted for murder, etc.
Not like the other flyer you saw with the demon gang, which was totally Japanese. Yeah. That flyer was like literally from Japan.
Exactly. Okay. Just confirming that. I don't have. That doesn't solve anything for me, but I just wanted to be sure I was on the same.
Would I have rolled persuasion for that, trying to get him to understand that I am actually telling the truth?
You mean you can roll persuasion to persuade him that you're telling the truth, yeah? Or that you believe what you're saying.
Okay. Well, I'll try that. Oh god, what if I roll poorly?
That's a success. He probably wouldn't have responded with calling you a liar.
Okay.
Look, you may not know who you are traveling with, Marshall, but that is my man. And he's coming back with me dead or alive. Now him and I could either draw on each other, or we could draw on you all. Because as far as I'm concerned, you protect him, you're harboring a criminal. And that'll hold up in a court.
Would I have also rolled persuasion when I was trying to convince him that there's another man who looks similar to me with this sword?
You may.
All right, why not?
Same response would have happened.
So I have a question about that. So persuasion is a spirit skill. My persuasion die is just a 4, but my spirit die is a 10.
Yeah, so it's not like how Pathfinder works or anything like that. They don't compound each other. Your base stat is its limit, more so. If you didn't have persuasion at all, for example, you wouldn't just roll your spirit. You'd roll untrained.
Word.
Caesar's gonna lean over to Buck and be like, "Hey, didn't he say that your sword looks shorter? Aren't we demand that you're tracking that has your actual katana? Maybe that's who he's referring to."
You're saying that to Buck?
Bill.
Oh, okay.
Bill nods. And he's just like steely-eyed at this guy for being
Yeah.
accused for something that he didn't do. So he's just watching this bounty hunter or whatever the guy is, or he's a brother out for vengeance. But anyways, Bill's watching him, but he hears what you're saying, and he says, "Yes, but what are we to convince him to hunt this man with us?"
Do you still have the wanted poster from my old gang? The one that
Bill
showed you on
produces
the
that.
website.
He keeps it in a close by pocket. He produces that.
So I don't remember, what did the guy that has the katana look like on the wanted poster?
The Japanese wanted poster he has is also a likeness of Bill.
And you said on the other side was the other guy that had the
We
katana.
retconned that after talking privately.
I see.
You got 10 seconds to get down from that horse and ready yourself, or I'm going to shoot you off it.
Bill moseys his horse a little away from the rest of the group, but does not get off of it.
Okay.
All right,
So-
Bill doesn't want Nosy to get shot, so therefore he will dismount
Okay. All right.
and hand his horse. He'll hand the reins to Caesar, and he'll just say, "Take care of her. This is all me."
I won't interfere. If anything happens, I'll keep Nosy safe.
This all be
Just-
fun.
Please don't die.
I'm just gonna call out. I was like, "You shoot my buddy over there over, wrongful accusations. You're not gonna be walking out of here alive.
Then you'll be committing murder, Marshal.
I'll be committing justice after you commit the murder."
Duel
Hey,
is
man.
still
Assuming you
coincides
can.
with the law. You should know that. It is true.
So yeah, he dismounts. He holsters his pistol, and he says, "I don't know you, and this is a wrongful accusation. However, my honor demands that I meet your request for a duel."
Whoa.
And he stands there, pistol in holster, two pistols in two holsters, short sword in the sheath, etc. But he stands there, ready for the duel, and he just, for this round of shit talking, he just closes his eyes like Qui-Gon Jinn, ready to fight Darth Maul. Bad example, but that's what he does.
All right.
Yeah, let's hope it's not exactly like that.
I slide
Does there happen to be a massive pit right beside them?
And a bunch of red shields.
You guys can do what you want for the first round, but that's what Bill does for the first round. He's
Well,
not into really talking shit. So
I-
I don't know if you want to roll out of that, Marshall, or do you want to wait for them to do their thing before I am called to do something?
All right. First things first.
Okay.
You got under the cards. You all should now see Dual Deck 2 and Bill's Dual Deck 1.
See here.
Let me open these up for the stream.
Yeah, see it.
Card stacks. Bill's Dual Deck 1.
All right, let's see if I can do this without effing it up. That's a hand. Let's get rid of that. Don't need that.
I slide $10 over to Caesar and I say, I got 10 on Bill.
All right.
You think Caesar's gonna bet against Bill?
I'm just
Like
gonna
he's
look
gonna
toward
take that bet?
Bugsy, who you bet?
Actually,
all of us are gonna.
Actually, I won't do this on stream. So let me restrict Bill's deck back to Bill. And
I'm expecting Bill to win. Only like
Don't
me.
worry, Ryan.
I
I've got
think
my
I'll
good luck
just-
bonsai cup. Let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Clearly, Joey just doesn't know how betting works. Gotta have somebody to
don't.
take that bet.
Is that not how it works?
All right, so I'm gonna deal this to you face down, Bill, and
Okay.
don't flip it until the third round. So let's see.
Okay.
You should have a face down card in there now. It'll just be like a weird picture. It might. Does it say what it is? It might say what it is.
It does.
That's okay. We'll reveal it to everybody in the stream once it's ready. All right. So first round, you said Bill mentally prepares himself, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
He centers himself and casts deflection.
Wazowski will shine out to you. None of that spiritual mumbo jumbo is gonna save your life today, murderer. As he tries to taunt you.
Bill knows that he's not a murderer, and he is untaunted.
He is very untaunted. As a matter of fact, he gains a card because I critically fail.
Nice.
Let me deal you another card. What's the point of dealing it face down if you can see what it is? Anyway.
Not sure.
Assuming it hides from us? I don't know.
You guys see Bill composing himself as this man is talking smack. Are you guys doing anything?
Yeah, I would like to. It's come on, I have to. I'm gonna taunt the guy. Wazowski. I'm gonna shout to him. Hey there, your hands are looking a bit shaky there, boy. You're not gonna. You don't want to back out. And let me get that taunt roll there. Finally, taunt actually comes into use for once.
Nice.
Man, what is the counter to taunt? Do you have that up by any chance? Let me find it.
I taunt.
Wait, you guys should have gotten one of the social edges. Humiliate. It's an advanced taunt.
Opposed roll resisted by the opponent's smarts.
Smarts, thank you.
In combat, this is a test. This doesn't count.
We need some duel music up in here. Da-la-la-la, da-la-la-la.
You
still
succeed.
succeed.
You did still succeed, which we'll say we'll give Bill another card. In here, so there's not deafening silence. One of the other cowboys, though, that's still on horseback, he looks back at you. He's got a big gray beard. Jaws his gun. You shut your goddamn mouth. This is between them. And he doesn't drop it off of your sight, Caesar.
Well, I got him that extra card, so I don't need to do no more.
I hope you don't.
Not to add for the dramatic, but Gale stands in front of the gun between that great.
Spicy.
She stands in front and go. It doesn't say a word. She stands there, blank faced, watching.
Round 2. Fight. I'm not gonna draw action cards for these first 2 rounds. Bill, let you go again if you choose to do so.
Yeah, he just like a badass just stands there with his eyes closed. And I want the smite on those bullets. Do you want me to re-roll these or use the earlier rolls?
Earlier rolls.
Or what?
Earlier roll is fine.
Earlier
I know
rolls,
you're at
okay.
a disadvantage of getting additional cards here.
Dude, it's probably just me, but like I'm loving this situation, but I'm not concerned in the slightest for Bill. Like I'm sitting here listening to this, I'm like, I'll take care of it.
For the other guy.
He'll
Yeah.
get it going.
Wazowski, you kind of see him slide his foot back, kind of getting ready to brace and getting ready to reach for his gun. Last chance for your final words, killer. As he taunts you again. Fails. It's normally an opposed roll, but let's... Well, go ahead. The other one was a critical failure. Go ahead and roll your smarts. You might roll a 1.
Sure. Here's a...
You definitely did not roll a 1. Alright.
Well, he did, but luckily the other dice saved him.
Oh, that's
Bill opens
that's
his
the hero
eyes.
die. It's inconsequential anyway.
Bill opens his eyes and he says, I have killed, but not your sister. You're still wrong about this.
I've never been sure of anything else in my whole life. Alright, we have split seconds here. Do any of you do anything else?
I feel like if I do anything else, I'm gonna get shot, so...
I think Buck's gonna dismount from his horse. He knows it's dishonorable to interrupt a duel in this situation, but I think given the fact that he knows that Bill has not been in this area where this person was killed, he's just gonna holler out, I know you think you know what the law is, and you are right when it comes to the duel. And I respect seeking justice, even if it's in the form of vengeance. But what you're doing, all I can say is you're wrong. And you're going to regret this. And I'm saying it sternly, I guess, but trying to intimidate.
Okay, good. Let's get that rolling.
So intimidation.
Nice.
Ooh, a 7.
Roll.
Oh god.
Yep.
I need to not twirl my... Anyway. That is my spirit.
Put that away.
To resist you. Put that down. Where's my spirit? Spirit.
I resist you with spirit fingers.
Golly.
Well, he doesn't seem like he's got the conviction.
Doubt is starting to set in.
Bill. You get an additional card.
We're just stacking up cards on Bill.
However, again, another 2 gunmen raise their arms at you, Buckskin, yelling for you to shut your mouth. They may or may not be using the aim mechanic on you if things go south here, boys.
John, you also mentioned we can aid Bill himself. What role would that be to get him that? What was it, +1 or something?
Depends on the situation. Bill's being Bill. Bill's being a badass.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing I can do here.
Just a quick question. How close is Bill to Gale? How close are we together in comparison?
Bill.
I would think that Bill has taken himself away from the group, still within earshot. We can still have a conversation, but you can't touch him. He's off, separated from the group and from his horse and from your horses and everything. It's duel time, baby.
Original intention, she was going to do something awful, but if you, Bill, ever glance off to your posse and look at her, she's standing in front of Caesar, blocking any kind of thing that might have happened to him. She just looks at you and gives you a very confident nod. She's not scared.
Cool, but that's not going to give me a +1.
No, it won't. No, it won't.
All right.
She's got full confidence that you'll take care of this, no problem.
Thanks.
Everything goes in slow motion. Gale's slowly nodding at Bill. Caesar's in slow motion yelling at the other people. Buckskin standing confidently, his hand on his gun hilt. Bill and Wazowski quickly flinch down and in slow motion reach for their guns. Wazowski, I'll show this on stream, had an ace of hearts. Bill, what do you got?
Ace of hearts, huh? I've got 4 cards, and 3 of them are hearts. Does that help me?
You may use any card you want.
Oh, but just 1.
But though you use 1 to determine when you go. Well, if that is your stack, although you have the potential for doing some devastating damage, it looks like Wazowski was just a bit quicker. He uses the opportunity as he hears his other gunmen raise their pistols behind as Buckskin taunts, and uses the brief distraction to reach for his pistol, hoping that you're caught slightly off guard.
Okay.
A 7. Bill, what is your toughness?
7.
He reaches up. He's quicker than you. He shoots as the bullet grazes by your other arm and gives you a flesh wound. Bill raises his and roll your shooting.
I'm sorry, with deflection, which I am new to using here, the attack roll needs to be... once cast, foes must subtract 2 from their attack rolls directed at the user, or 4 with a raise, which I did get.
Subtracted by 4, he would have missed you entirely.
Yeah, dude. See, I thought I knew
So,
it.
Bill, you're standing composed. You're not even worried that he's gonna hit you. That's why you let it. You maybe even let him draw first.
I like that.
All right, let's see what you do.
Come on, Bill. Come on, Bill.
Oh, your character sheet was broken. Is it? Let me know if that happens again. I think we were having problems last time, weren't we?
Maybe, but I'll let you know. So, Bill, just like too casually, like dangerously slow, pulls his pistol and he says, "I'm not the man you seek." And he pulls his gun out and he's going to take this turn to aim at the man's shooting arm.
Okay.
And not shoot. He's going to take this time to aim.
That'd be a cod shot if you
Yes.
want to do that. Okay.
But it'll balance with the aim, right?
What?
The negative to the called shot is what?
Oh, you're using the mechanic aim. Well, the negative to a called shot is -4, and so aim would drop that to a -2. If you're aiming, though, he's going to get another shot on you. Aiming takes a whole round.
Thought it would be cool, but it's still going to be -2 even with the aim, huh?
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah, I think that's what we go with. So, yes, this round he will aim, allowing his opponent to take another shot.
Wazowski says, "You think this is a game?" Apparently it is. Does that deflection just stay -4 with the raise for how long? How many rounds?
5 turns.
5 rounds.
Wow. He shoots again, and it seems like you guys are worried because you see the shot seems centered on Bill, but it just seems to go right up to him and then another direction entirely.
Like Pulp Fiction. He's just blessed. All right. Bill takes his aimed shot. Let's see
That
how
4
we
higher.
do here. All right, so I'm clicking on shooting, and I'm going to apply the -2 penalty,
Yep.
right? And nothing else to factor in. All right.
So I
Bill. Bill.
And for this crazy damage roll.
Bill, you land your shot. Not only are you going to get to roll your damage now, but you get to roll an additional d6 per extra card you had. So that is an additional 3d6 damage.
Let's see
Oh
it.
man, this poor guy.
And the smite. And the smite. Don't forget that.
Yep. So Colt Frontier is starting out at a 2d6 plus 1. I'm gonna add. You said. Wait, can I type this in here?
You should be able to manually type it, yeah.
You said 3d6.
That's right.
Add 3d6. And then. Can I get the +2 in there? Can I type that in? Let's see what happens. Oh, I need a space around the plus sign. All right, let's see what happens.
Come on, Bill.
Jesus.
Holy, look at all those dice. This poor guy's gonna lose an arm.
With Bill's enchanted bullets, you guys see something odd, being experienced gunman that you are, you see something odd happen as Bill pulls the trigger. In a split second, you swear you can see what only can be described as energy sucking into the gun for a brief second, and it just pounds out of the barrel. Regular bullet punches Wazowski in the chest, leaving a hole 3 times larger than the bullet itself.
I'm sorry. Called shot to the arm.
Oh, that was with the -4?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. My bad. I mean, you get... His arm is dangling by meat.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But he's alive.
Well, I don't know. Maybe right now, yeah. Right now he is alive.
There's probably not a doctor within weeks riding distance.
He doesn't need a doctor.
He immediately reaches out. He screams out of pain. Ah, what the fucking tarnation did you do?
Bill runs over to him as he's holstering his pistol and has his hands out. And his hands perhaps begin to, if you're looking closely, illuminate just a tad as he's going to use perhaps his last powers for the day, his last power points to put on a presentation. No, he's going to try to heal this guy, give him a nice little stump, you know? Something to think about for the rest of his years as he learns to shoot with his other hand. But yeah, I will try to heal him, and Bill is just steely-eyed, and he just says, I am not the man you were looking for. And then he tries to heal him.
He is... You get the heal off, but you can tell he is terrified of you. You see his compadres up on their horses. They kind of look at each other. You can even hear one say, "Should we shoot him?" And the other, you see the other one shake his head. Wazowski backs away from you. He's on the ground. He's sliding, kicking his boots, backing away, dragging his body, crawling away from you. 2 of the horsemen jump down, help him back, put him on one of their
Bill walks away.
back of his horse. They all look confused. Wazowski looks terrified. They turn around without a word. And just as fast as they got there, they bolt.
Bill walks up, humble as fuck, says to Caesar, "Thank you," as he takes the reins back and saddles up.
Just gonna look over to Bill and say, "Well, never had a doubt. Caesar's betting against you, though. I think I saw him passing money back and forth with Gale. Just saying."
Bill smiles at the.
I give you a wink
at his
when I say
friends.
that. Just 'cause I'm
Yeah,
joking.
Bill smiles at you, tips his new cowboy hat, and turns nosy and heads back to the beeves.
Well done, Bill.
Where's my 10, Caesar?
The clap from Bill's blessed bullet, however, you only now realize as it echoed throughout the canyon. Luckily, all the bees are far enough away. That's totally fine. You realize by now, though, the sun's pretty much down. It's mostly night by now. As you look up at this, the barely lit sky, you start seeing the stars out and the moon. You now realize that the gunshot seems to have woken up above you along the canyon walls. A huge cloud of bats, and they're fluttering out above you right now. As you all look up and kind of stare at it for a sec, you realize that in the cloud of bats, you start seeing much larger masses among it. And then you see another large mass. And then another. And then another. And then another. And then you see these large masses careen down on you in the sky.
I swear to God, if that's Tosari again.
Don't worry, we'll take care of him.
In the chaos, it becomes apparent to you what these are. What can only be described as enormous bats. I'm trying to get you a picture.
Paint me a picture, would you?
Paint you a picture? I can't paint.
These bats got them flappy wings.
They got that
flippy
flappy
flappers.
wings mobile phone.
You see
They
this
got
careening down at you, screeching at a frequency that almost bursts your eardrums. As we all
Beautiful.
join some combat now. First of all, you've never seen these horrifying creatures before. These devil bats. Everybody roll a fear check.
Yeah, that's shaken. I'm gonna spend a chip. And reroll my spirit. Fuck.
Come on now, boy. Come on.
Keep them coming, dude.
Do I need to roll another d20 because I rerolled it? Or are we sticking with the...
Can't you, like, even if you have a chip, can't you still re-roll? Even if it's, like...
Yeah, but
What?
do I want to spend another one on this?
You're rolling
You want to run away, scared?
I'll let you reroll on the
Caesar
table, yes,
wants
but
to
there
roll.
are worse results than panic that you may get.
No, I was asking if you want me to reroll, or just stick with the result.
I'll leave it at your discretion if you want to gamble or keep it.
Fuck it, I'll gamble. What's a fucking tabletop RPG if not gambling with extra steps?
Alright, here, heart attack coming up. Oof, high is bad.
I figured.
Major phobia. The character gains the major phobia hindrance.
No.
Let's see what that is, shall we?
That don't sound good.
He's afraid of all flying creatures.
Everything. Even us, his own party members.
Alright, phobia. Major. Phobias are overwhelming and irrational fears that plague a hero's psyche. Whenever a character is in the presence of his phobia, which I guess you now are, he subtracts 1 from all his trait rolls if it's a minor, but if it's a major, you subtract 2. So you basically get 2 to every roll.
Go away from every roll?
Yeah. -2. When it comes to bats.
They're cool. These bats are cool as shit. They make me think of what's that? Jendy Tartakovsky
Morbius.
Primal.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, you talking about the game?
Primal's amazing.
No, the animation.
Fuck it, I
Primal.
guess Caesar is now
Oh.
Batman.
Awesome
Looks
show.
very much like that.
Batman, yes, you fear of bats. And
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
got
Batman.
even better
Man
news
Bat.
for you who is now terrified of these. There are 15 of them.
No. Nice.
Good.
So, let's get the ball rolling here, shall we?
Caesar has now been transformed into Batman. Let's go.
Dude, I love this like tango-esque cowboy western type of music. This shit is fun to listen to.
It reminds me of like, like the surfer music. You expect to see someone riding a wave somewhere.
That's what it feels like, doesn't it?
Marshall, can I say that we noticed this incoming? Can I grab and equip my Gatling rifle from my horse?
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Preset. Long range. Barely, but
Good shot. Feel free to
no, I
target which
failed.
one so I
No.
can track HP accordingly.
no, I did fail.
Why?
Phobia. The phobia I just got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you did. You want to reroll? Oh, you use that last chip?
No, that's. What do you mean, last chip?
You're down to 1 last chip. You used 2?
No.
I feel like you used 2.
Give me one last chip.
Where did I use that second one?
I feel like that
Right after the first one failed.
No.
You used 2 back to back, didn't you?
You know, I mean, maybe you opted out using the second one.
Yeah, I opted
I
out.
think you did. I think
That's why I got the phobia, because the first roll got me
panicked.
running away and shaking. And then I re-rolled it and got phobia.
Okay. Well, what are you gonna do as you miss your first shot?
That -4 on long range is a bit harsh, so I'm not gonna risk just wasting a chip, so that's it for me.
Okay.
Okay, so then that means it's my turn.
Yeah, just in your turn whenever you're ready, Nico.
Marshall, what do you
can't.
want to say about...
Yeah, it's because it's paused.
you guys-
No,
but,
There you go.
Marshall, what do you want to say about using those powers earlier? Did I wind up casting all of that 2 times?
No, that we I think we agreed you could just hang on to the first cast so you didn't burn all your power points.
Okay, nice. Yeah, there's still a couple slides in there that we haven't seen. So I will go ahead and I guess I'll cast deflection on myself once again.
You said it lasts 5 rounds.
Yeah, that should be over, right?
Well, yeah, I was gonna just to remind you. No, you still have it from before. I would say maybe you have 1 round left, but it'll take them 3 rounds to reach you, so you'll lose majority of that deflection by the time.
Okay.
For them.
All right.
Just a reminder.
All right. Thanks for letting me know that. All right. So I'll just spray this Gatling rifle into this swarm of bats. What do you call a group of bats?
So that with the Gatling rifle's a -6 right now, I believe. They're long range for you.
All right. Well then.
It's called a cauldron, by the way. A cauldron of bats.
Yeah, I like that. I don't think I've ever heard that before. But okay, so I can't really do anything. My shooting is a D4.
Well, I'll make a suggestion because we don't use this enough, and maybe it's just not in the back of our minds. But aiming is a big mechanic in this game, so you can take this first turn just to aim.
I aimed earlier. I'll aim again. All right. Woohoo! And that's my turn.
Govin.
So they're pretty far away, you said?
They're long range.
Long range, which is, you said, -4, I believe, right?
Yeah.
There is a preset debuff you can add in the shooting.
Yeah, I remember seeing that on there. I feel pretty confident in my shooting ability, so I'm not going to aim. I'm just going to shoot at this here fella here.
What a badass.
I know, right? So the negative goes to the shooting itself, right?
Yeah.
The shooting action.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So -4, long range. See what we get.
Ooh.
That's terrible. I feel my confidence waning.
Do you want to spin a chip?
I do want to spin a chip, just because. Boom.
Reroll that shit.
Reroll my shooting. Oh Lord. Oh hands. Oh ability to shoot and kill things. Don't fail me now.
Go reroll your shit.
You failed me. Alright. That is it for Bucks tonight.
All right.
Can I take a secondary action to aim?
Aiming is a full round.
It is. Okay. All right. Yeah. No worries. I felt confidence, but you know.
It was misplaced.
Yeah. In my own
Misplaced confidence from Bucks.
Gale, what are you doing?
They are all swarming us, like, just from above. They've landed.
Death from above.
Anything? Shit.
I will note, Gale, for penance, they're medium range for you.
Okay. I just want to check gear real quick.
I don't believe anyone else has a scoped rifle except Gale, so correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, for Gale's scoped rifle, they are medium.
I actually have a scoped katana.
Nice!
So I do have a half-drunk whiskey bottle. Can I
Is it
do
scoped?
a makeshift? Can I do... Yeah, it's scoped, by the way. Marshall, I hope you know that my whiskey bottle is scoped.
Fantastic.
Can I do, like, if I have to take away some of my movements, but, like, can I rip some, like, cloth or something and make a makeshift Molotov cocktail and attempt to throw it in the air?
So I will say you can do
Molotov cocktail, by the way.
You can do that all in one round. What do you use your game plan? Because shooting a bottle of whiskey won't make it explode.
Yeah, I was going to say, are they all just literally on top of us? I'm just trying to think, like, if I make a Molotov, I toss it, and, like, maybe it impacts one of them and it ignites. The flames will still, like, cascade down. It could possibly hit us. You know what? I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm gonna take out penance and I'm going to aim for one of them.
Okay.
I won't go all nonsensical here.
Don't go all Joey on us.
Yeah, sorry. I won't go all Joey on you.
11 hits with a raise. Almost 2. Good God. Who are you aiming at, by the way? What color are you, Joey?
I'm
You're
aiming
all-
at C.
You're all
No,
a
I'm
shade
kidding.
of green, damn it. That is not helpful. I don't think you have anyone targeted. Just tell me which one. Target the one you want to annihilate. Alright. You raise up penance and fire. How do you kill it?
I slide down on the rocks, bust out penance from my satchel on my top of my side. I pull it, shoot it, and my bullet goes straight through the side of its head, and kind of it just plummets straight to the ground.
Beautiful.
Nice.
It's like poetry. They are still coming to you, so next turn.
Dude, I love that, the whole Devil Bat's turn thing. That's so cool.
Thank you. I was scouring modules while I was trying to fix the gun mechanic, the sound effect and everything. I was seeing if I could fix it, and I stumbled upon this, and I thought that was neat.
Dude, it's neat as hell.
Govin, they are now mid-range for you.
a mid-range,
Go, go.
taking another shot at the same dude. I still see him, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Do it, Govin, do it.
Okay.
So I don't want to keep wasting my bullets. And the multi-action penalty will be too penalizing anyways, so
Don't.
I will say that's my turn for now.
Okay. No main.
Maybe. You said now they're in medium range, yeah?
Correct.
Alrighty. I mean, I have a fucking Lamat. It has 9 bullets in it. I can keep fucking shooting.
All right.
Medium range, and then add a fucking phobia. -2, yeah, there we go. And rope.
Oh.
Nope, nothing from me, sorry.
All right. Billy Boy.
So medium range is going to be -2
2. Yes.
to hit, and then the aim is going to be +2 to hit.
Yep. So that negates.
I guess that's good enough. I'll give it a go here.
Hits.
All right, nice.
I can't tell
Guys.
if this is you or Govin, but is that who you're targeting?
Just it. I don't know the difference between any of these bats, so I'll just say that.
That was the one I was targeting. The one that's above the dead one.
Y'all really need to change your color.
Please do.
I'm the only one that has a different one.
You're all green by doing that. Okay.
Green's my favorite color.
I know.
My dice are pink. I don't know if that. And I just targeted this one right in the middle,
All right.
front and center.
See that damage.
Guys, I gotta ask everybody: do we know the damage of these Gatling rifles? I asked in Discord a while ago, but nobody's paying attention.
Sorry.
Item. Deadlands equipment.
It is like 2d8.
Okay. For some reason, all the weapons disappeared from the compendium.
Gatling rifles 2d8.
I've been
All right, thank
fucking
you.
with a lot of things, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, I noticed that last session that all the weapons disappeared. The ammo is still there, but the weapons are just gone.
Yeah, I was trying to fix a lot of things, and I think I broke more in the process.
How do you change your color?
Right-click your character name. When you
should be
right-click
able
your
to see the weapons though.
use your
See,
configuration, and then there you go.
Thank you, sir.
And I want you to have that what's actually from the compendium in your items. I don't want you to make custom items unless you have to. So there's your Gatlin rifle. I'm gonna remove the other one you got in there, Ryan.
Okay, good. Thanks.
So just equip that, and you'll be able to use it on your front sheet, under your traits. You should be able to see the weapons, Nico.
No, they're not there. Here, let me.
Under default?
Well, I mean, I can give you a screenshot of what the Deadlands equipment looks like.
Okay. How are you looking over there, Bill?
Oh, 7
under
damage.
default, I see it moved. It used to be under items and equipment. That's where it used to be.
Did you want me to roll it through the through that? I just typed it in earlier and
No, if you manually typed it, that's fine.
yeah. So 7 damage, 2 armor penetration.
Beautiful. You shoot both of those rounds into it. One pierces its wing and the other pierces its midsection. It looks burnt. Do you do anything else?
No, that'll be my turn. Can I just clarify that I'm dismounted?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm assuming everybody is. I think Bill was the only one that said he got down from his horse. I think maybe Caesar did too.
Yes,
I was
I
because I got down when I was intimidating people.
So just Gale on the horse?
Yeah. She actually,
Well,
probably honestly, like based on, I think it was one of my edges. She shoots better off horseback than she does on land. I think.
That doesn't make sense. But
Yeah,
I like
you're on an unstable platform, is what that is called in the Swade book. So you should be getting a -2.
steady hands.
Okay,
She has
to
head,
be
steady
fair
hand.
to Joey here, he did say he slides down some rocks, so he is dismounted.
Okay.
Well,
Well, I'm curious. You have something that negates the unstable platform, the -2 when you're on a horse?
Steady hands, yeah.
That gives you a +2.
You can continue. I'll read it. Let me
Well,
look at it.
I'm curious if it's maybe an overlook that you should always be having a +2.
No, it's only whenever I'm on horseback.
Oh,
I think.
also,
But if I slid down, then it didn't happen. Don't worry about it.
also, if you're mounted, don't you need to be using your riding or shooting, whichever is lower? So it would be better for you to be dismounted.
Yeah. Firing from the back of a horse or moving vehicle is tricky business, but your adventurer has figured it out. She ignores the unstable platform penalty.
oh,
This also
very
helps
nice.
running. This also helps with when running, reducing the usual penalty from -2 to -1.
Okay. Okay, cool. And Nico, I think you're talking about mounted combat, like melee combat.
Does that only apply to mounted melee though? I'll continue. I'll find that.
Mounted combat.
Tricky business.
103. But yeah, Gale, what are you doing? Penance needs to be
Tricky
reloaded.
Business is Gail's new nickname, by the way.
Okay. So I already took that one down earlier, last turn.
Yes.
Can I just say that in reference to every other of these weird little bat creatures that she's looking at, I don't have to worry about penance. I can use my derringers to take aim and fire, because the gun would take a little bit to reload. So
Okay.
I'm thinking I'm going to use my derringers to fire at them instead.
Alright, put Penance down and draw your derringers.
And in doing so, where are my derringers at?
Just target whatever bat you shoot for.
Sorry, I'm not trying to do the damage first. I'm trying to roll for it. Which is shooting. Here we go. I have a die 10 for it.
That's a hit.
It is? Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, you just
All
get
right.
4 higher when you're shooting.
Alright, damages are 2 die 4.
Did you target who you're killing?
Oh.
I did not, but I'm gonna go for the same one here.
Target
Joey,
it,
double
damn you.
right click.
Yeah, that blue one.
Joey, double right click it for God's sake.
Alright, looks like you hit it, Joey, but it was a flesh wound. You just pierced like the fleshy part of its wing. Doesn't look like it harmed it really.
Alright.
And from John and all that other doodads, I think that'll end it for Gale. We're at the top of round 3. I'm gonna spin Vinny on you just to get that out of the way.
Oh, you called it a Benny.
Double bat spends a
Dang
chip.
it.
Yeah, fuck you.
It's
I'm
not
always
there.
listening.
Alright, now
I'm
then.
always...
This rule that I instituted on you is not fair. On me.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Do as I do, not as I say.
The devil bats are upon you. Okay, guys.
What did you spend that chip for?
I was removing a shaking condition for one of the devil bats.
Oh.
Nico, or I'm sorry, Caesar. One of the bats that you were trying to hit descends upon you with its giant claws and tries to slash out at you.
Is this going to be against my parry since it's a melee?
Yes,
Okay, he has to beat a 7.
and it didn't.
I'm sorry, they just went from medium range to melee range?
They're now close range, yes.
Close range is melee, okay. Yikes.
Next bat, I'm gonna just see here. Boopity boop boop.
Boopity boop boop.
Yeah, this is for you, Gale.
Oh boy.
That comes from the GM guide of say something weird, and if anybody comments on it, they're the one getting attacked.
That happens often though, doesn't it? Like, I do that same shit. Some kind of like weird DM stuff. I
Fuck
definitely players.
Buckskin, you're up. The one that, the other one that comes at you, you dodge out of the way as it plunges into the ground right by you.
Okay, so which one is that on the list of creatures?
Which one attacked Gale?
Which one that came at me and I dodged out of the way that I can shoot just really close now?
Nobody came at you. Not yet, anyway.
Oh, I thought you said one attacks me.
One has attacked Caesar, one has attacked Gale.
Okay, so the one that I'm still targeting now, that's close range and is still technically in flight.
Yeah, it's descending upon you. It'll be there in seconds.
Well, I'm going to
Some might
use
say
my
6
bullets
seconds.
to. I'm going to use my bullets to descend upon it.
I'm going to descend upon it, my bullets.
So shooting, since I've missed like all of my shots so far, but this will just be a regular roll.
Yeah.
Totally garbage.
That hits.
Oh, it does.
You
Okay.
just got to hit a 4, man, when you're shooting.
All right. So I did roll my shooting. Here comes damage. Damage.
8.
Nice.
Now can I shoot again? Multi-action penalty of -2, right?
No, you have to declare it before you do anything at the start of your round,
okay.
because that -2 applies to your first shot also.
Oh, it does. All right. That's it. Well, I think that's my turn then.
All right, you shoot it right in the leg. It screeches in a high-pitched tone that makes it kind of reach for your ear for a sec. It's easy.
Got this ringing sound.
How many of them are? I'm okay.
You
said-
stop it and count.
One's on Gale and one's on me. I'm gonna shoot the one that's on Gale first. Time to get use of those 2 edges I've got. 2-fisted and 2-gun kid, baby. 2 attacks, no penalty. Whichever one is on Gale, I'm gonna shoot at that one. Let me get that
That is
-2.
this one right here.
Yeah.
Go ahead and target it, please. I need you to target it just so I can track the health and all that good stuff.
Well, yeah, let's get a -2 in there for that. Roll.
That's a hit, Reno. Despite your crippling fear of them.
Roll the damage.
Ooh, is that enough? Flesh wound.
Okay, and then I will attack the one that tried to swipe at me.
You're doing 2 attacks?
Yes, 2-gun kid, 2-fisted. Sean.
What?
I have 2 edges, 2-fisted and 2-gun kid. If a character makes a fighting, but yada yada. If the character has 2-gun kid, the second action may also be a ranged attack, and 2-gun kid, if the character has 2-fisted, second action may also be a melee attack. Essentially, I can do 2 attacks with each of my one attack with each of my hands without the penalty, and I have a gun in one hand and my sword in the other.
Cool shit.
And if that was a minor phobia, that would be counteracted by my item trait, but
Oh, fortunately it's a major. That's a fighting. Let me check its parry. Dodges your blow.
Sag. Yeah, that's it for moi.
Alright.
For moi?
This home slice right here. Coming at you. Bill swoops down, tries to claw
No.
at your eyeballs with its giant feet, claws things. It's a 6. What's your parry?
My parry is 7.
You dodge. Doesn't even get near you enough. Next bat. It's coming at you, Buckskin. This is the one that, let's see. Oh, never mind, I'm sorry. Anyway. What's your parry? That's a 7.
Oh, that beats my parry of 6.
I know you. Just kidding.
Who would have thought that having 2 melee characters with a high
Ooh.
parry would be annoying?
Govin. What is your toughness?
That's Buckskin, not
10.
Govin.
I'm sorry. Your toughness is 10.
Yes.
Alright. So, you're shaken and wounded. But there's more.
Yeah.
As it clamps down on you and sinks its claws deep into you, it lifts you off the ground.
Oh, hell no.
You are now entangled. Yeah, you are now entangled, and it begins to fly up with you.
Oh shit.
Oh shit is right. This one's going for Gale.
Come at me, motherfucker.
I don't think that's gonna do it. 2. Sorry, I'm still private. There you go. Comes down at you, you dodge out of the way nimbly. Because Gale is just so nimble. I wanted to see how this would go with 15 bats, but I feel like it's still too slow doing them individually. We'll roll with it for now, though. This one's going for you, Bill. 4 misses, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Caesar.
Give it to me.
We got a 9. Same thing, it comes down at and tries to sink its claws deep in you through your armor. What is your toughness?
10.
It's going to be a 7-tooth razor, shaken, wounded. Almost 2 wounds, actually, as it begins to lift you up and out of the ground, off the ground. Why aren't you shaking anymore, Joe?
Well, I turned it on and it was unchecked when I was looking at my character sheet after I checked it already.
Weird.
We're shaking right now.
Yeah, I'll uncheck it and recheck it. Is it showing? It's not. When I uncheck it, it says I'm shaking. Okay, well, I'll leave it at that then.
Do not
Caesar.
question.
The 2 bats begin to fight over you as another one tries to sink its claws in you while you're in the air. You have the. I think you've had the worst luck. In this whole fight.
I did also brain fart and completely forget about one of my edges. First strike.
I think that meets your parry.
What?
7. Sorry, I'm still private.
Yes, that meets my parry. Parry the platypus.
That's a 19. Do you want to soak this?
Yeah, sure. What's the roll for soak?
Well, it means you soak a wound. Oh, it's your. What's your toughness?
10.
19 would be 2 additional wounds.
So what I'm hearing is I spend both chips here to soak it. And isn't there a roll for soak as well I need to do?
It's a vigor roll, I believe. Let me double check.
Let's hope it is, because vigor is one of my good attributes.
See way.
You can't soak more than once per attack. And
Okay.
yes, it is a vigor check. So this may be moot. How many? You've only been wounded once, right?
I have 1 wound, and then this is 2 wounds from this attack, right?
Yeah. Okay. So it'd be worth it.
I mean, yeah. And if I get a raise, don't I soak 2 wounds here?
That's true.
I didn't get a raise.
But you do soak.
Oh, yeah. Otherwise, I would be on 3 wounds. And that's not something I want to be on.
You guys see 2 bats sink into poor Caesar as he's being lifted off the ground.
Actually, no, that fails.
Why?
Because phobia applies to all rolls, doesn't it?
All trait rolls, yeah.
And this counts. So, yeah, it does fail.
Okay.
So I'm on 3 wounds.
Oh fuck.
As the other one sinks into him and begins kind of, bats are snapping at each other, kind of almost fighting over him. You see him go limp.
Whoa, whoa, wait, whoa. Wait, no. What?
He's armored. He'll be fine.
He's
He's
fine.
wearing that sweet armor.
No,
He'll be all
Look,
right.
it's all shiny now. It's coated in his blood.
Yeah, he's totally gonna. He's gonna be alright. He's gonna be good. And oh god.
No.
Look how his armor glistens in the moonlight. Look how the
Look how
blood
the
on
blood-
his armor. Yeah.
The third one goes in to fight over Caesar, but since there are already 2 in him, they actually start fighting each other.
I feel like you're going easy on me right now.
There's just no more room for it to sink claws into you. They are fighting over you at this point. It's
All you can see is like
I'll get them off me by next turn, or
pieces
I might
and
end
parts
up
of him
dead here.
flying out from a...
Also, don't I have to do, since I went unconscious, I have to do another vigor roll, don't I?
You mean a death roll?
Yeah,
That's on your next turn, I believe.
okay.
Oh, hail.
What did I roll? 13. Oh, okay. Okay, 13 as it attacks this bat here. And it unlatches itself from you, and it is getting attacked, and they fall down, and one of them goes lifeless. So basically, if you get incapacitated by being attacked too much midair, they start fighting each other over your flesh.
Yeah, great. Oh no.
Wonderful.
I think somebody wants to get attacked.
It's not wonderful. No, it's not wonderful.
Welcome.
Please, Bill, don't say that.
Drow
I'm
raid.
good.
Curse of
I'm good.
Angel, what's going on? Thanks for the raid. How was your stream? I'm killing my players right now.
No, don't say that.
Casual. It's casual. It's totally casual.
Dude, I'm gonna cry. Don't.
Gale,
do
this
that.
is for you.
Not only is it casual, it's consensual.
I do need to make an immediate vigor roll, actually.
Go for it. You got one Benny left too, don't you? Ah, you don't
Yeah.
need it.
What did you just say? Oh, he has one what left?
Success.
Yeah, what was that? What was that?
I need
I'm
to
down
roll
to
What
one
did you-
chip.
what-
I'm down
what
to
did you
one
call
chip. I'm
the
down to one
chip?
chip. I'm down to one.
Yeah.
/R. And I do need to roll on the injury table even with a success.
Not that I need it, apparently.
And leg, gain the slow hindrance minor.
Wounded leg.
Yeah, and it goes away after all of my thing is healed. Because I got a success.
Okay. Gale, I got a 5 on my fighting attack on you. What was your parry?
My parry is 2.
What?
Oh my god.
Are you talking about my toughness or my parry?
Your parry is 2.
My parry is 2.
Oh,
yes.
Lord.
That's amazing.
Welcome.
What we got here?
I do kind of love that. That is great.
Thank you for the follows, you guys. Gale, that's gonna be 12. Your toughness is 7. So that's gonna shake you. And just shake you. Wait, no.
Alright.
No. My math is poor. You actually are wounded as well.
Alright.
It shakes you, but does not stir you.
Shaken and
Welcome.
wounded, right? With 1 wound.
I'm gonna use my last chip to get unshook on this other devil bat. This is the one that you've been targeting, Govin and Pillow. I'm sorry, Buckskin and Gale.
Constance.
Oh, is that what we're going? That's 100% what we're going by now?
No, I'm just kidding. You can keep calling her again.
Buckskin, this one didn't like getting shot by you, so it's going for you.
While I float off into the ether.
What is your parry?
Is 6.
What is your toughness?
10.
Luckily, this one didn't get a raise on you. It slashes you with its claws. You are wounded.
Again?
Yes. You're already shaken,
So-
so it keeps going up from there anytime it hits you.
Can I spend a... It's not my
spend-
turn, so I probably can't do anything, right?
No, you can. If you get hurt, that's when you can soak damage. You can spin a chip to soak it.
I will spend a chip to soak that one.
I think you said, Sean, by the way, am I bleeding out or did I just go unconscious?
It's not
So I'm at-
specific what happens to you, whether you go unconscious or not. You could be conscious and just immobile.
Incapacitated.
Exactly.
But am I bleeding out is the important one.
I think you passed your vigor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't believe you're bleeding out. Go Vin.
So there,
You may spin it. So now you get to roll your vigor to soak a wound.
I'm rolling like shit. Holy fuck. Why is everything at -2? Oh, that's right, because I got shaken.
not drinking
guys-
enough.
You guys are rolling awful, and I'm rolling really good for once.
You're not drinking enough.
This is
Go
where
back.
Deadlands ends, y'all. This is where we all die. Go
Stop
home.
it. Shut up. No. I am not having it.
I spent too much time on this character to have him die. I'm just kidding.
Have him die now. God damn.
This can't be the end.
Who's up next? Gale.
All right. First question. I have to make sure. Is Caesar literally on like death's door, or do I need to worry about their health? Like, do they have wounds? Are they like what's happening with them?
There is so much blood that is falling from where he's being lifted into the sky after the fight of the devil bats and him getting clamped into. You're not sure if it's all his or the devil bats mixed in, but there's a lot, and he ain't moving.
How many feet above them am I?
Well, I mean, technically not really anything yet. Like,
Oh, so
7
the
feet.
bird
They
is
haven't begun. Next round's when you're gonna kind of take off. They had to get down to you, clamp on you, and then they start to raise up.
Next round's when you're gonna take off.
That's when the fun starts. Next round.
Yeah, let's hope I don't roll a crit failure. Because that
Alright,
just
but in the
instantly kills
meantime,
me.
Caesar's like unconscious and silent, right?
all right. Here's my intention. Oh no. My penance isn't loaded, but my derringers still have bullets in them. What I would like to do is
Go on.
shoot the foot to try to loosen the grip from Caesar, from the creatures, from those bats, the devil bats.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that'll be the first thing, and then
Called shot.
once that happens, I would like to at least administer some kind of healing to him after he plummets to the ground or is lucid. Hopefully.
Just killing the bat without a called shot would also do that same job, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Something
my
to consider. I don't know.
Thank you. Oh my! I'm using a chip.
Yeah, better because that's a crit failure, which means bystander rule.
I am using a chip.
You shoot Caesar instead. That'd be amazing.
Well, yeah, that would be what happened. Bystander rule.
That is still a
Is that
failure.
it? Can I use another chip?
How many of you guys have left? You're only
I
supposed to do. Yeah.
I have 3.
Keep her. I'm thinking of soaking damage. I've been letting you guys burn your chips otherwise.
Please.
There it is.
All right. So again, my whole intention is to get the grip from Caesar off this devil bat. The damage is. Do I roll raise or just roll?
That is
Wasn't that a raise?
that is not with raise.
Okay, sorry. All right, I'll just roll. 4.
I'm sorry, what is a raise then? I thought a raise was just when it.
That is
it,
with a raise.
you know,
No,
the dice
he's
exploded.
right. It's at least 4 or more. No, it's not when
Okay.
the dice explodes. That's an ace. It's when you meet the DC, if you will, and then every 4 over is a raise.
Okay.
So a 9 would have been a raise. I apologize. Go ahead and roll a d6 as well.
All right.
That is just what you needed. Let's see. Where is your target? Who are you targeting? Oh,
Whichever one was carrying Caesar. I don't know which one. Attempting to like lift them off the ground.
Weren't there 2 holding me?
This one?
They were fighting over you, and they were actually damaging each other, I think.
One of them killed the other. Yeah. You
and
do exactly what you were intending to do.
All right, I shoot them through the feet. They drop Caesar's body, and I immediately like throw my person over his, and with the shots fired, I'm going to attempt some kind of healing skill.
You can go to where he fell, and I'd say that's about it.
All right, that's my intention for next thing, and I will end my turn.
Okay.
That's so cool. I love that whole like the little strip thing. That looks so neat.
All right. Well. Okay. So, this is kind of metagamey, and I'm not sure. Also we know that Gale can't heal. She can heal as a skill like anybody can, but she can't magically heal like Bill can. Right? We know that.
You don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, she didn't tell us that she can't heal.
It's to be assumed that most people can't heal magically like Bill can.
You've seen her use magic, and you know she is a ornery SOB, so she may have just chosen not to.
Yeah.
You have definitely seen her use magic.
But not to heal.
We had that whole thing, and the way she made it out is she didn't want to heal them. It's not that she couldn't, so...
She has refused helping people before, yeah.
Your guys' argument is valid. You've talked me out of healing Caesar.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep you in care.
That's what we're looking for here? Okay.
Well, if we're not metagaming, and Bill
is it metagaming?
Bill is concerned about this. He might vocalize, "Hey, Gale, you gonna heal him, or what's up?"
Talking's a reaction. A short few sentences.
Can you heal him, Gale?
She looks up at you and she pulls her doll out. And she holds it to her.
Sorry.
And she gives you a nod.
She gives me a what?
A nod. She doesn't say anything. She just goes. And like literally while Caesar's on the ground, she throttles her entire body on top of him to protect him from any more of those devil birds.
I guess that means yes. So, Marshall, can you tell me about economy of actions? I'm thinking about bailing the Gatling rifle and going for other weapons. What's that going to cost me?
Other weapon. Well, so if you had to search through a bag, it takes an action.
No.
If you're just drawing a pistol, you just get to do it.
Yeah, I have my pistol.
You can drop a Gatling rifle and draw a pistol without spending any economy. Yeah.
I have. I'm ambidextrous as well, but I don't have all that other great stuff that Caesar's got. But I am ambidextrous, so I would like to pull a knife and a pistol at the same time. And
that really saved my ass when these things rolled so high.
Sorry, what did you say? I couldn't hear you because you're unconscious. So
I wasn't expecting that.
That was awful. Damn, I love it.
So two of these bats just attacked me, and they should be in melee range, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is,
All right.
suffice to say, all bats are within melee range of you now.
Okay. All right. So I just get the one attack. Here's a fighting roll. Correct?
Unless you can make
Fighting-
multiple attacks,
fighting roll?
but at a penalty if you choose to do so.
Okay, so say I do 2 fighting rolls. That's -2 to each attack.
Correct.
Let's do it. There's so many of these bats.
Gambling man, I love it.
Yeah, I gotta do. And this is with the ghost steel Bowie knife. So hopefully that's worth something. I don't know. Here's the first attack. Oof. Wait,
Who are you?
what's the
attacking?
-4? Oh, it's because it's doing multiples. I don't know which bats attacked me, but those are the ones. I guess the one that I shot with the Gatling rifle earlier that I'm still targeted on Foundry.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know.
All right. You overcompensate a little bit and you miss.
So what's the factor of that?
You need to meet or beat its parry, which is not 4.
I see. Okay, well then here's the second attack. Also with a -2. There it is.
That is sexy.
So
Roll your damage with a raise.
let's see. I'm clicking on roll raise. Or wait. What's happening here? Why isn't it?
What's wrong?
I don't know. I'm clicking on roll raise and nothing's happening. So I'm just gonna click on roll. What should happen when I click on roll raise?
To roll an additional d6 of damage. I think that was the problem you had. Your damage wasn't rolling. This is with your Bowie knife.
Okay, so let me just add. Let me click add this. Wait, now there's 2 of them. Let me delete one of them. I hope this works. All right, looks like it should. Here we go. It's not rolling.
Yeah, this is the problem you had last time. Just type it in.
Okay.
You might have to remake your character sheet.
Yay.
Oh no, the whole thing?
Or at least
So this is
Which I can do for you.
All right, so this is a strength roll, so that's a d6 plus a d4 plus 2 plus a d6. This looks like junk. I don't think it'll work, but here we go.
Magic.
Cool.
Looks like it worked to me. See, that was a 10. My friend, that is
Yeah,
what you needed. What do you do to this poor devil bat that's just trying to live its life?
Right for the heart. You know, I'm trained now. If it looks like it's gonna suck some blood, it's getting stabbed in the heart. Ghost Steel Bowie Knife, ka-chunk. 2 AP, 10 damage.
Beautiful.
And that's my turn.
Alright. Who is it selecting here? So... I have a chip left. Actually, I don't think I have a chip left. I'm pretty sure I did spend that. So I'm gonna have to roll. Alright. This bat that Gale, you were fighting, books it. Begins flying back up after being shot and dropping Caesar. It's had enough. The other bat came in and started fighting over Caesar. He dropped his dinner. He's had enough.
She, just like as I had described before, ignores most of them and like cradles her body over Caesar's.
She's gonna heal you with his body warm.
Can't wait to just roll a fucking crit failure and die.
Oh
no!
Don't say that! Don't
Pray
say
to RNGs. Well, usually the opposite of what you say happens.
Don't. Just
So
don't.
by saying that I'm gonna roll badly, I'm jinxing the bad roll to not happen.
Now you're saying that.
Fuck! My own logic has failed me.
Sorry, 1 second.
You know, being knocked, incapacitated, really, has just given me time to relax. So.
Alright. Last devil bat of the round. Not last devil bat, but of the round. Bill. He killed its brother or something, I don't know. This last one that was in the air makes a descent on you. That is a 7. What is your parry?
Also 7.
Meets it.
Actually, now with my deflection,
Oh.
it would be -4 to his attack roll.
Then that wouldn't hit. A claw comes slashing down on you, and some unseen force, as it gets close to you, illuminates right in front of your own skin, and it can't be penetrated by the devil bat's claws. Top of the stack. Hold on, I gotta do something right quick. Something super sneaky.
Hold on, everybody, while I do something sneaky.
I like the deviousness of that.
I want to conceal this, but I don't know how I can do that.
Don't nobody move, cause I'm doing some sneaky shit.
Here I go, being sketchy. How can I do this?
You can't.
Impossible. How bad is, like, if I'm cradling over the top of Caesar, like you said, they're bleeding out. They're fucking like just drenched in their own blood and shit.
Not
They
bleeding
must be bad.
out mechanically. I just am incapacitated and have to make vigor rolls on my turn.
Can we focus on what you're saying? You're cradling on top of him? What does that mean?
So
You're-
like imagine if somebody was doing the
I'm
whole
imagining it.
Okay. Rule 34, here we come.
I think it was in like the first fucking Captain America film, but like, you know the concept of like there's a grenade that gets thrown into the middle of like your group and you throw your person on top of it to protect everybody else? she's doing the same thing, but when it comes to Caesar's body, she's like on top of him to make sure that like no other devil bats are capable of like attacking him while she's basically defending his body.
I get it.
Yeah, she's defending him while he's literally on the ground.
Like he's a grenade that's gonna explode.
Yeah, except the exploding part is is above us and not him, because he can't.
Exactly.
Yes, right? Do you understand?
Nico, don't say it. Nico, don't say it. Nico, don't say it.
What's wrong? What's
The moment you said exploding, I was like, don't say it, Nico, don't.
Sorry, a lot of stuff. There's some developments going on right now in the background, which we're about to see. But
Judging from prior experiences, we're about to get some backup from ranch hands. That's my guess.
oh no, something really bad.
Oh, yay!
Siobhan and her brother.
Bats are gonna turn into Voltron and just annihilate us.
Voltron.
We're gonna combine.
We just see two bats in the back doing the fusion dance.
Fusion. Oh. Oh wait, this way.
Oh my god.
Are those fake teeth? You got some.
Yeah, there's nothing. I can't really do anything on the camera there. That doesn't work. But
Do they close or they? Oh, they do. Oh, no.
I don't want to put them in my mouth right now.
Oh, come on.
Nah.
They can't be that dirty. Come on.
No, they're not dirty at all. I just...
Buck's not looking too good.
Moving on. Did I already went once, right? Or did I go twice?
I don't know. You got like 15 people to play.
Sweet. I'm gonna assume I didn't go. How about that?
Go for it.
Sure.
How much worse can you get?
Yeah, no, we're fine. We're fine.
Bill!
Alright, we'll be alright, right guys? Everything will be okay.
This devil bat on the ground in mortal combat with you.
No.
Does a jumping attack with its claws, trying to take you up into the sky. 7 on my fighting. What is your parry?
Sorry, buddy. Yeah. Not gonna. Well, my parry's 7, and
I need a meter
my.
read.
Well, my
Oh, you deflection.
deflection power. Yeah.
You SOB, you. Okay. And in return, what shall you?
What dictates your parry, guys?
I will try to do the same thing to this bat that I did before, but realizing now how agile they are, I think I'm just going to do the one attack. Nah. Let's keep it gambling. I got 2 bats in range, right? I can stab 2 bats.
You can move, so I mean any bat can be in range if you want it to be. But yeah, we'll say
okay.
2 without moving. Sounds good.
All right, so first fighting roll with a -2 because it's first of 2 rolls.
Very
yeah.
nice. That hits.
While we're here, let's just do another attack roll and then we'll get to the damage, huh? If you don't mind.
Okay.
Here's another fighting roll, -2.
Another hit.
All right.
Nice
Looks
rolls.
pretty good. All right, so if I go to here, all right. So last one, I'm not going to re-roll because it was a big old raise. So D6 strength plus D4 plus 2 because it's a ghost steel Bowie knife. Here we go. And then that again looks pretty good. Just with smooth efficiency.
You're still targeted on a dead one, by the way. Who are you killing?
Oh, I'm sorry. How about the one just south of him?
Okay.
And then the one just south of that as well. Unless... wait, does the 10 damage on one kill it?
Okay, so we need to start declaring things before we're doing them. I'm assuming you are doing this both on one.
Oh, if the 10 doesn't kill it and I need to deliver another 9, then yes.
Okay, we gotta say that beforehand next time. But their toughness, let's see.
It's hard because we're in, it's like somewhat theater of the mind here. Well, very much theater of the mind.
Which is why it's important to declare what you're doing. So a 10 will kill one.
Okay, well, in that case, I would prefer to put the other attack on one that's not dead.
Okay. Does not kill it, but it hurt.
Alright, yeah, he's just going center mass, trying to, drive this knife deep, and that's his turn.
And it is up next. You put the fear of chi in it as it begins to take flight. And get the F out. A dodge. It is in combat with you, though, so it can't leave combat without taking another swing from you. Go ahead and roll.
Sure, let's do that. No penalty, huh?
No.
Alright, great.
Jesus, Manetti. As it turns its back to fly away, how do you stop it?
I'm still just aiming for the heart, so I can get to the heart from the back just as easily from the front, and I do that.
This song I really like.
It's beautiful.
Is this song any different from... I thought is this the 10th time we've heard this song?
It's the 10th time, but I still like. I like that distant.
I like how you pointed out. Ooh, this song I like. Like, is this?
No, we've heard this a billion times over. I really like this one.
Oh, this is the one.
I'm waiting for the drum and bass version of it.
Well, you making fun of me, dude? What if I like the song? I like it. Come on.
All right.
The build's on a rampage today. Holy shit! He's just killing.
I guess so.
Rolling well. He
didn't kill that first guy. He killed his arm.
Didn't, but no, you rolled well. You're getting all.
I killed his shooting career.
Are you drinking Busch Light too?
I'm sorry, Buckskin. As you commend Bill, another bat comes in to tear a piece of you as you're going up into the sky.
He doesn't want to attack the bat that's carrying me?
Not until a third one comes into play.
Oh, okay.
Or you get incapacitated. I'm sorry, when you get incapacitated, that might happen.
Ah, nice, lovely.
Like how he said when, as opposed to if.
Good. Seems like it's a goal here.
What is your
written
parry?
things having? 6.
Doesn't hit. Your armor deflects its attack.
I deflect it. I'm ignoring 1 point of wounds and deflecting it. Not just my arm.
Fair enough. Alright.
It was trying to take Buckskin up in the air.
Oh, I'm already
one
grappled
is,
and being pulled
he's
up
still
in the
conscious and struggling with one, but another one tried to get a chunk of him.
I just yell out, "Don't worry, I think I got this. It's not too bad. I've been here before, Big
Shoot the motherfucker!" Bill.
Bill. Suddenly, hold on a sec here. There we go. I think this is what I was looking for. You guys see the silhouette of a person on the top of the canyon emerge.
Oh, hell.
You see them pull something out and aim. You hear a loud
this
crack.
shit.
Oh, 14. The bat that was ascending to try to escape, that was nearest to the top of the canyon, you see it get struck by the attack. And it plummets to the ground. Alright. Another bat. Bill! You're pissing him off, I guess. That is a 1. That is 1, sir. A bat's disoriented from what happened just behind it. Its attention seems to be off as it was in mid-attack on you and doesn't even come near you.
I'll go ahead and I'll say it. Bill is untouchable tonight.
Oh.
Gale, a bat comes for you, or rather comes for Caesar, really. But it's gonna get through you if it has to.
It's gonna have to.
You're gonna be a little bit of an easier target.
That's fine.
I still rolled poorly, a 4. Well, you have no parry, so I don't have to roll well, do I?
I have a 2 parry, but I don't have
No
a
parry.
plus. I don't have a plus to it. My toughness doesn't get anything associated with this?
Yes, for the damage, which
Yeah.
it may come in handy because I just rolled a 4 for that.
Alright, so it obviously beats my parry.
Right, what's your toughness?
7 plus 2.
You have armor?
Yeah, my armor. Yeah, I have armored vest, which gives me a 2, chaps 1, armored hat 1, armored duster 2.
Okay.
Fortunately, they're assless chaps, and the way you're positioned,
Stabs me in my
your
ass.
ass is just fully exposed.
Oh, you said 7 plus 2, right? So that's 10, right? Your toughness?
Yeah.
Or 9, I'm sorry. Wow. Mathematics, guys. It's 9.
New main.
So it's 7
Caesar.
plus 2 is 9.
Yeah.
In your incapacitated state, you blink your eyes open for just a second. You see Gale right above you.
She's breathing really hard, just trying to like keep her thoughts on making sure you're okay.
I
Sweating.
You
didn't ask
feel
for
her
that.
on top of you.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't.
You smell her breath.
Don't make it like that.
Caesar, roll a notice.
Oh yeah, I'm the
please.
one doing that.
Notice, okay. Add this.
Her body is draped over you like you're a grenade, ready to explode.
Literally.
You look past Gale. Your vision's very blurry. You see the silhouette of somebody at the top of the canyon. You see your comrades all around you fighting for their lives and yours. And you see Gale atop of you right now. And her eyes have rolled in the back of her head. And you fall and lose consciousness again.
Well, I need to do my vigor roll.
I thought you passed it already.
If it's only if it's a critical success do I stop rolling.
I thought you had to just get a raise.
I didn't get a raise though.
Oh, I thought you did. My bad. And that is definitely not one either.
Does that doesn't count as a crit fail, does it though?
No. You
Okay.
technically got a 5.
Is a failure.
Yeah.
So I will spend my last chip to re-roll that
Good
and
luck.
hope otherwise this might be the end because with a failure I start bleeding out. Which-
Marshall,
Yes?
is my little
Yes.
situation? Can I add to this somehow?
I got you. Caesar, you fail again.
That's 4, which means
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you rolled 2 zeros. 4's a success.
No, I did fail. That's for the damn injury table.
Oh.
Which oh no, wait, that's only if once I'm just bleeding out now.
Yes. Let's
Cool.
go to damage real quick.
Which means if I fail my next roll, I am
No. I'm stressing so much. Oh no.
I'm just flashing back to an image of Gale holding up a doll and giving me a confident head nod. Yeah.
I did give you that.
Yes, and Caesar's not looking too hot. Moving on.
My blood starts pouring out even more than it was already.
Oh, whoops! I skipped a bat. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you ended your turn. So
You ended my turn. I didn't.
Caesar's
I
blood
didn't
literally
end your turn. You
explodes
I
on
didn't
Gale
click
like
it.
a
I wasn't
grenade.
even in the text.
I'm just fucking with you.
You fake.
Gale, another bat goes for the easy prey, and threw you for it.
And he means Nico, not you, even though.
Well,
he
I guess
said
they'd
easy
both
prey.
be easy prey at this point, huh?
It's another new nickname for Gale. Easy prey.
That's gonna be a 9 to hit.
To hit me?
Which we already know that's gonna hit.
What a raise,
Damage.
isn't it?
Oh man.
Fuck me. We're getting slaughtered.
Ooh, girl. That's a 25. Gale, you have a chip left, I think.
Can I use that? I have 2 chips.
You have 2 chips?
I have 2 chips.
Might be a good time.
I can use this to negate that.
Roll
So,
vigor.
I hope you get a raise here.
Jesus, she did.
That's 2 raises technically, but
That's 2 raises, yeah.
Yeah, that soaks up 2 of the max wounds you would have received. So you're shaken and with a wound.
An added wound.
Right, shaken and wounded.
Okay. I have 2 wounds now.
Buckskin.
Oh, God.
if I fail my next roll, I am dead. Good God.
Don't worry, it's Captain America's turn.
Captain,
Yeah,
go,
right.
go
Captain America fucking failing this whole time.
Go and
I'm
chug
gonna get
something.
some ice. I'll be right back.
Chug anything. Go and chug some alcohol. Anything, please.
Quick,
It's not gonna
get a
save us,
bottle of
but-
Hennessy right fucking now.
I'm pretty sure that it's Bill's night tonight.
John, please.
Your turn though, buddy.
I beg you, John. Get shit.
If you want to remove status, is that an action? So that means if I do that, I can't do anything else.
Remove shaken? No, that just happens at the start of your turn.
Yeah, you should have got
Okay.
a prompt to roll your
Yeah.
spirit.
Or you can use a chip
So-
to just automatically remove it.
Yeah, roll
I
spin a
can
chip and
roll spirit. hopefully it gives me an action. So I got combat reflexes. It adds +2 to rolls when attempting to remove or recover from being shaken or stunned. So I add +2 to this.
You better make this roll counter. I'm gonna cry.
No, I'm gonna add +2. Add. There we go. Wounds -2. I also ignore 1 point of wound. So I'll add another +1 to it because of nerves of steel. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
What? Okay, there we go. I was gonna get really mad there for a second.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes. Okay.
The man can shoot.
I'm assuming that I'm no longer shaken or stirred. And I still technically got 2 wounds, but I ignore 1 point because of my edge. So I'm just going to check mark shaken because that's the only way. Never mind, it shows it's shaken. Oh, there we go. I'm not shaken anymore because I'm assuming that's a success. But I'll wait for the a marshal to get back to tell me yes or no.
Yeah, you're good.
Dude,
Go
I'm
on.
rattling in my fucking gaming chair, dude, like a big old baby.
I'm just gonna say, based on my, well, I don't know if I can just say this, but based on my alertness or notice, I guess. Dude, I know what's going on around me. Like I can see Caesar's just like fuck, and Gale's trying to assist him.
As you look
and
around,
I know-
actually, I do need you to roll a notice. FYI.
Does that count as an action?
No.
You had to go and talk about it, Coven.
Roll notice.
But you do, yeah. You definitely can assess the situation as a free action. Not a good success. I'll send you a DM. Keep your eyes peeled for it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's that secret.
Special
GM
character.
secret.
So what? Yeah, you look around and you assess the situation. What do you do?
Well, one, I would like to know which of these stupid bats is the one that's trying to carry me, and do I have a shot at the ones that are assaulting Caesar/Gale at the moment?
So you're entangled right now. What you can do is try to get unentangled.
Okay. How high am I from the ground?
Not high enough yet that it's gonna be a. Well, oh, you know what? I've actually the bat that have you should have. You're high. You're gonna take damage if you drop here.
Wonderful. So I would, in noting the height, I feel like I have to take something with me because I know that I'm gonna get fucked if I fall anyways. So which of these bats do I need to target is the one that's entangling me, carrying me?
I'm pretty sure that Buckskin's wearing a jetpack.
He's not wearing a jetpack.
Yeah, I stole one. Remember that one guy? I didn't tell you, but I took it. I'm gonna flap my arms like the Duke boys or something. I don't know. I'm multi-shooting this dude in front of me.
Okay, how many times?
Just twice.
Okay, -2.
To my attack, right?
Yes.
And I add +1 because I'm ignoring 1 wound because of nerves of steel.
Nerds of steel. That's right.
Nerds of steel. Nerds of steel. So you said -2, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Please be good.
No, I feel like I'm hyperventilating. I'm getting nervous.
Do you want to re-roll with a chip?
Yeah, I do. You're damn right, I do.
How many chips you got right now?
I got 1 left after this one. I'm re-rolling that one. Shitting.
I'm just laughing because if either me or Gale or both of us die here, just next session BRINEY comes back and it's like, why is there
What
2 less of you?
What the fuck happened? I just went on 1 scouting trip.
So,
that hits.
Alright, so I roll that with a raise, right?
With a raise, yes.
And, alright. There we go. Fuck this dude.
Yo, I'm stressed out.
That is enough to kill it. What do you do?
I unload this Gatling rifle that I'm super disappointed in. All 3 shots just straight to the face, shredding it.
Oh, by the way, so if it has a rate of fire of 2, you are rolling damage twice, by the way.
Oh. So he might already technically be dead. So I rolled 2d8 times 2.
Plus times 2. No, not times 2. You just rolling you're rolling separate damage for each round.
So this guy technically might already be dead. Maybe. Because I rolled 8 on him previously. But I only rolled once.
You only roll 1 shooting, but you roll twice damage.
Yeah, but I only rolled 1 damage when I did hit him.
I just rolled.
If it's the same one.
Well, lesson learned for next time. You kill it this time, though.
What it is. Oh, he did. I fall. And then I die.
Stop.
But I might die.
Govin.
Yeah, you have 2 wounds.
But I ignore 1 point of them.
Yeah, but not for incapacitation. You don't.
I ignore incapacitation.
I'll be nice and say that you fall a little slower than you would have as it slowly dies.
I'm flapping my arms, is what you're saying?
Roll 2d6 of damage.
Alrighty. Let's roll 2d6. Please go bad.
What's your toughness?
10, technically. 8 plus 2.
You're fine.
Oh,
Okay.
You plummet and
You
kinda
hear a
tuck and roll
giant.
little bit.
I would like to say you hear, okay, fine, I tuck and roll a little bit, but it's a giant, like,
Yeah, no, I would say more logically, as you're falling and the bat's kind of slowly dying, trying to flap to cling to life, it finally gives way as you plummet. You get lucky and you guys roll onto each other as you fall, and you fall on it, and it breaks your fall a bit.
Are you sure he doesn't do a superhero landing?
He does not do a 3-point landing, no.
that's how it works, right?
All right, Govin, you're prone. We're gonna move on.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm gonna end my turn here. Sorry, I've got Steam messages popping up.
You're prone on top of a giant dead bat.
Alright, there you go.
Gale.
I'm cradling it.
As we do say now.
Sorry.
Gale, what happens to you is what I was already been conveyed to you.
Yes.
You fall unconscious. Caesar, you are at no wounds and no shaken status, and you gain consciousness.
What's going on here?
Gale collapses on top of you. All right. Let's see. Bat time. Dude, I swear to God. I swear to God, Ryan, this is just happening. This one goes for you.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
And that's an 8.
In bad place.
What was the roll?
8. It's an 8 hit.
That'll do.
Yo, I'm shitting
Well-
my pants
well-
right now.
You know, we if we're factoring in that little power of mine called deflection.
Yeah, it should still be active, huh?
That little power. Don't diminish yourself.
Well, yeah, I did get the raise on it.
Hey, you're strong as hell. Strong.
So is that 8? Factor that in.
No, that's just what I got.
Okay.
Just kidding. It's small.
So is that a deflection save your butt?
Yes, his toughness is 7.
Right.
His parry is 7.
We are at the top of the order.
It's like the game knows it keeps drawing me a 5 just so I don't get a redraw. The game knows I have the edge.
Let's see here.
Ooh, what happened there?
Game knows.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Back at the bottom of the roster yet again.
The game knows the marshal needed a chip, so it
Two
gave him
chips, actually.
2 of them.
One goes for the low-hanging fruit for unconscious Gale.
So since Gale and I are right on top of each other here,
You're not on top of each other.
well,
That's impossible.
that bat is technically coming into my reach as well.
Yeah.
First strike. Once per round, as long as I'm not shaken, I get a free fighting attack against the foe immediately after he moves into reach.
With your hands, sure. You don't have anything in your fucking hands right now.
Okay.
You're unconscious and fell from the sky.
You may I say this at least, Mr. Marshall? What, like, both of her hands, she does have her derringers out. I mean, if you want
Don't
it.
worry, I can punch well.
Yes, but this is all happening simultaneously, and he hasn't been able to grab him yet.
Anything on my person, I feel like, if it's okay,
Don't
is
grow
applicable
Gale.
No, that's out
Wow.
in the open.
Okay.
Sorry. No.
Gave you permission.
I'll be quiet.
Whoa.
I'll throw out that.
What kind of game is this anyways?
I didn't sign up for this. I
Um,
thought this was just going to be some adventure in the Wild West.
I'll say you can do something on your turn unless you're doing an unarmed attack if you were able to. Do
That's what I have. Yeah.
Okay.
And
A 4
that-
won't meet its parry. Now, back to
Padawan,
Gale.
you should have trained harder.
Gale, I rolled a 22 on my attack.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, and I rolled the lowest damage. So that's just 10 damage. What's your toughness?
My toughness is 9.
You're shaken.
Wait, is it 9 or is it 7?
My toughness is 7 with a +2, so 9, right?
I don't think so.
No, that's not how it works. It's already factored in 7, but it does not change that you're.
It doesn't matter.
You're just
20
shaking.
whatever still beats
I'm
it.
sorry. I see that it gives you the number and then it has the other number next to it, and then I assume that you're supposed to add them together. Whatever. So it's just 7 then. I
Mhm.
apologize.
Mhm.
I apologize.
I'm gonna
think-
re-roll this just because this was again for Bill, and I
I'm pretty sure the reason it has the armor value beside it is for the sake of anything that's armor piercing. So you don't have to check it.
All right.
Well, I
Um,
see a bunch of numbers, and I'm just going to add them all up together.
Yeah,
my
I'm pretty sure I have a
toughness
6
is,
plus 7 plus 10 plus 4.
26.
Bill, one attacks you for an 11.
26 beats that.
What?
Yeah, you get me. Sure. 11 beats 7.
I like the confidence.
What is your with your deflection all factored in? Does it hit? Or
Well, the 11 comes down to a 7, and then my toughness or parry are both 7. So, attacker beats defender.
All right. So that let's see if we beat
Yeah,
toughness.
I'm asking.
Yeah, I need
Dude,
to meet or beat. Meet or beat. That's 10 on the damage. You said you had a 7 toughness.
Yes.
All right. So that's just shaking on you. Ace finally penetrates that chi of yours and slashes across your abdomen. Does not pick you up though.
All right. All right. So no wounds, but shaken.
Correct. Bill, as you finally get free and fall to the ground, another one comes at you.
Not Bill. I was
I'm
already
sorry,
free.
Buckskin.
Damn, I just landed.
You just got back. I rolled a 1, so moving on.
Where the hell are the rest of the cowboys? What the fuck?
Dude, I'm stressing the fuck out right now. I'm gonna start pulling hairs, man. I'm nervous.
Caesar, as you gain consciousness and your wits about you, one goes right for you. I don't think that's gonna do it. 7.
And that meets my pair, yes.
I thought you had like an ass ton of armor or something.
Well, that would be my toughness.
When that was a 13.
His armor's assless.
Yeah, my toughness is a 10.
You're shaken.
S-less and frontless.
Caesar, you're up.
Oh, would you look at that? I can roll to remove shit. Fucking God, I hate this phobia.
Caesar, Gale's lifeless body practically just limp over you.
I'm
That
shaking,
was-
which that means I can't attack, can I?
Correct. You gotta get
But-
to the nearest cover.
Is that shaken? I thought that was a different effect. Panicked or something like that.
Panic. You use your full extent of your ability and being to get the fuck out of dodge. When you're shaken, you go for cover.
I'm asking because
double-check.
would I be able to grab up Gale's derringers here, or would that not be allowed since I'm shaking?
Let's look at specifics. Alright, shaken characters are nicked, bruised, or otherwise rattled. They may only take free actions, such as moving, including running, at the start of their turn. Shaken characters must attempt to recover from being shaken. So I guess you just move. Yeah, you don't have to go for cover. That might just be in PCs I read.
And it said free actions, so can I swing my rifle off my back?
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, I'll just equip my sawed-off Winnie from my fucking back, and that'll be... I'll stay by Gale. I won't move from her.
Okay.
She protected me, I'll protect her.
You're using her as a shield.
Damn.
She's on top of
Are
you,
you
and you're hiding behind her.
are you using her as a shield?
Buckskin, another one goes
I
for
think-
you while you're on the ground, hitting a 3, which I don't think is going to meet your parry.
No, not parry 6.
Another one goes for you. They're hungry for the buck. And that was a 5.
You know all of them are. That's a failure as well.
It's your turn to retaliate. What do you do?
Are they? I assume they're at close range.
Yep. As soon they try to snatch you from the air, and then they drop to the ground. They're kind of going up and down, up and down.
Which one? Which of these guys is the ones attacking me?
Last one that attacked you was this one.
Alright, so I'm gonna shoot him. I'm not gonna do multi-action, just regular shots. Single shot, I should say. Add +1 to ignore wounds. Roll for shooting.
Nice. That's a hit.
Alright. And then I'm rolling damage twice for rate of fire twice, which I haven't been doing. Is that considered a raise?
Out of munitions.
Is that considered a raise? Yeah, I'm making the check.
No,
but
it's
I'm at
not a raise.
Alright. So first damage roll.
Okay.
And second damage roll. So that's 6 shots.
Alright, you burst fire with the Gatling gun. Fill the devil bat full of holes. How do you do it?
Oh, dude, I'm shooting an arm off, and then the leg off, and then a couple bullets go right into the chest.
Plummets right down beside you. This devil bat blood splatters in your face.
Can I get up?
Yeah.
Or is that
you can
not
get up.
allowed at the moment? I stand up.
You're now a werebat.
Getting up from prone is a free action in this game.
I go to attack Bill. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a werebat. I'm a werebat,
Hey,
y'all.
that's my job.
Anything else?
I don't think I can do anything else. That's my turn.
All right. This bat begins to flee. Flies up into the night sky. As it does so, you see another crack from the silhouette at the top of the canyon. Everybody can roll a notice this time. Except for, of course, Gale.
There shouldn't be a minus. There should be only a -1 today, so I should have had 6. I forgot to click that.
I hate this phobia.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Bill with the raise. Oh, this is you are who I wanted to get that. Okay. Caesar, you don't see anything. You know what? I'm gonna message this to you guys post-fight.
Post-fight.
As you see the flare,
just
you see the muzzle flash from the pistol. You get a glimpse of the person at the top of the canyon. Do a quick rollerino. You see it flash, and then you see the bat that was flying up fall limp down to the ground and drops right at your feet, Bill.
I do a quick nod to the person that I will be identified after the fight.
The only reason I can't message it to you right now is because I'd have to do it on my phone.
Oh, okay. Well,
Gale, roll
maybe
a
I don't.
vigor,
Maybe I don't.
actually. That
Maybe
might
I
give me
don't
time.
do a head nod to him then.
You
I
might
don't know.
not. Gale, roll a vigor, please.
Gale, roll vigor.
Gale, roll vigor.
All right. Nervous about everything. So, go.
How's your vigor look?
Not good.
It's gross when you say that, Nico.
That, ouch, ouchie. That's terrible. You're still
Wait,
unconscious.
I have.
No, I kind of wish Caesar did
I have
die
a chip.
so I can
I
make
have
a
a chip.
character that's not.
I have one final chip. Let me do it one more time.
Shit.
Hmm.
Same roll. Wow, that's
Ouch.
unlucky, dude. That's unlucky.
All right.
I mean, you got saved from a crit fail there by the wild die.
Nico's over here wishing he would die.
Well, yeah, so those fucking jokes would stop.
All right. Well, Bill takes a good look at this sniper on the ridge, and it's just kind of got like a surprised look on his face, like a huh.
And with that
As
surprised
per-
look, Bill, you can recover from your shaken status, or try to.
Yeah. How do I try to again?
You should have gotten a prompt on your turn here.
Oh, roll spirit. There we go. Or spend a chip. My spirit's pretty good, and I could roll. I could spend a chip to re-roll it anyway, right? So let's roll spirit. Hell yeah. Good enough.
Success. Yeah.
Taking that status off, and if I were to scoot on over to Gale's lifeless form, would that elicit any sort of violent response from the bat?
We'll say no, and I'll tell you why
Okay.
at the top of the stack here.
All right, so Bill dashes over and baseball slides in next to Gale's prone form, still being used as a shield by the now conscious Caesar, and he uses his healing ability to heal her.
Well,
It's a spirit
well-
roll? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Gale, did you get shaken? You know the shaken
yes.
status.
I was shaken.
Okay, she is wounded. Okay, that because I didn't see it, so I was gonna tell Bill that you don't look wounded to him, but you are.
I'll spend a chip to re-roll that.
Did everyone burn? Are we all no more chips for the first? Yeah. Now Bill has brought people back from unconsciousness before, I believe, through healing, or we'll say that has happened at some point or another. She does not wake up though.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. And the reason you didn't get an attack by any of the bats around you and you left the combat situation is because they are flying away. There's only, what, four left? 5. Listen.
As Bill slides in and lays on hands to Gale to try to heal her, he's also he happens to also be right next to Caesar, and he gestures by head nodding at the ridge, the sniper, and he says, "Friend of yours?"
I look over to where he nodded over.
There's
I mean,
no
I
one there
want to-
anymore.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Bill?
Are we out of combat?
We are.
I run over to the group and towards where Gale's at, and I look over to Bill and I nod. I said, "Yeah, I saw that individual too. Looked Latino." But I'm also kind of like while I'm looking at Bill and to Caesar as well, saying this, I'm kind of glancing at Gale and looking perplexed. Like, I'm not looking at a person. I'm surprised at what I'm seeing.
So, Caesar's gonna, while standing up, he's gonna pick up Gale and say, we might still be in danger here. Let's just get her back to the rest of the drive. We'll be safer there to try and patch her up, figure out what the hell happened. And I'm gonna start walking over to Devil Eyes to put her on the back there and ride back.
You guys can see now that the perplexed look and kind of surprise and confusion, I guess, that Buck has is kind of subsided, but he's still looking at Gale with a raised eyebrow, I guess.
Yeah, Caesar's not really focused on the fact that he
Shaking his
passed
head a little
out
bit.
and woke up completely fucking healed. He's right now more concerned about getting Gale back to safety where we can try and figure out what happened with her.
After the attack, you guys meet up with the rest of the herd and set in the camp. Debrief Setter as to what happened. Morning comes. Gale still hasn't woken up. But the herd has to keep going. As you get there and start packing up in the morning and get ready to continue, Warren and Moira return. They report that they have found something a little concerning up ahead. Sound of gunfire.